Welcome back to the 2024 IPF World Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships here in Austin, Texas. Brought to you by none other than Alico and SBD. We have got the 74 kilo junior and sub-junior men this afternoon. I'm Gary Williams and I'm joined by none other than the legendary Joe Whiteley, multiple world champion and probably one of the best benches I've ever worked with.
Make me blush, Gary.
Well, that's okay, we're not on camera. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon. It's been a great week so far. We're only into the second day, and it has been just excitement after excitement. We've got world records dropping left, right, and centre. 74 kilo junior and sub-juniors. This is always a great class to watch, particularly the juniors. Just some massive lifters. I just saw Lundgren actually had nominated a 180 for his opener. He shifted that up to 185.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, that's edging very close to the junior world record of 200 kilos.
Wow. Well, he's a great lifter. We've seen him lift many times.
Our first lifter, Alex Collicott from South Africa. I think he competed in South Africa. I'm not sure.
He is South African, but as far as I can see, this is his first international.
Might be first, yeah.
Only 16 years old.
What a great opportunity, hey? 16 years of age, looking at 110 kilos as an opener.
Made short work of that.
Yeah, he'll be happy to get that one on the board, get those first lift nerves out of the way. That is one of the toughest lifts. First competition, first lifter on the platform.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Walking out onto that platform for the first time. You've got the lights on you, all the cameras. You've got IPF referees watching every move.
It's a totally different environment. Dash Granite from Great Britain, 117 and a half. Now, he's been competing for a few years, I think. Has he done a world championship?
No, I think this is his first international.
Wow.
He's
only 15, I think.
Yeah, 15 years old. He did his first competition in November.
Wow.
And he's already at the world bench.
Isn't it? And see, they're just adjusting the rack heights there. Now, if the rack height was wrong because it was a mistake from the platform crew, the clock gets reset. It has been.
All right,
if it's your own fault, you put in the wrong numbers, that's tough luck.
This is 117.5
I think that is the first rack height error this team
I think so.
has
The
made.
platform crew has been phenomenal.
Oh, well done.
Nice easy opener there. Now he has done 122.5 in competition. He did that at the British bench. But it looks like we might blow past that today. Quite a narrow grip.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, and I think it's one of those things. You tend to widen the grip the more experienced you get. Let the shoulders develop a little bit. Have our Wok, apologies, 122.5 from Poland. So we're still in the sub-juniors.
Now he's come down a class. He was the 83 kilo sub-junior world champion in South Africa.
It always gets tough to keep up with who's who when they keep changing weight class. And you see them change weight classes a lot at these age groups. Usually go up, not down.
I wonder if this is the Evie Corrigan effect, though. We're seeing more and more people drop a weight class, I think.
Yeah.
It's caught me out several times this week.
Also of Poland, 132.5 bar is loaded.
So they've all been sub-juniors up to now. We've got the sub-juniors and juniors on the platform together in the 74 kilo
So
class.
we'll have our first junior now. Krzysztof Perlik from Poland.
Krzysztof is 20 years old, been competing 5 years.
Looking for 132.5. He's done a lot more than this in the past. So he's got a nice safe opener on there.
Lift both equipped and classic.
And handled that very well. That's exactly what you want for your opening lift, isn't it?
He has he's taken the European title a few times, still looking for his first world title.
Well, he's in tough company today. It's going to be pretty tough.
He
on this
really
one.
is. He's made the podium a couple
The
of
crowd has
times.
suddenly come alive. You're sounding good. Keep it coming, please.
Rita Flores from the US, 137.5. We are back into the sub-juniors. And if he puts this opener on the board, that puts him well in command of the sub-juniors. He pretty much dictates the rest of the competition. I
Yeah,
think.
he was his first international. He was nominated way out in front with 142. Easy.
Yeah, that was a great opener.
That's an easy
And he
opener
has
for
really
Rita.
set the pace there for the sub-juniors.
Please load
If
the
you want that
march
gold
up
medal,
under
you're going to have to
40
come and
kilos
catch it.
for Koyo
And that'll
Kamini.
really settle his nerves
That
now
bar
going
is
into the rest of the
loaded.
competition.
Koyo hails from
And that's
Japan.
half the battle of the opening lift
23 years old,
is
just
just
an
to
Especially at a world event as well.
Yeah.
You know, so much more pressure.
get one on there. Yes, everything's working as it should.
Koyo Kamiya from Japan, 140. So we're still in the juniors. So the next lifts in this round will all be juniors.
It's a big class, isn't it? We've got 12, I think, junior 74s.
And I'll tell you what, there are more than half a dozen that are only a couple of kilos apart. I'm going to wait for the referees on that one. Yeah, we've got 2 red lights with red cards there.
So if we get the replay back from the front, the rule says that the bottom of the elbow must be at least parallel with the centre of the shoulder.
23-year-old student in his first year of competing.
So Adrian Chung now from Canada, 145.
Another lifter at his first international. This is his last year in the juniors. Make the most of it before he
Yeah,
passes out into the open.
Yeah, it gets tough then. You see, quite often see, we got one red light with a yellow card from the centre referee there. Let's have a look at the replay. What we're not going to see from there, I imagine it's probably head lift maybe.
Bar is loaded.
No.
Jury's
I
overruled
told the jury
on
has
blue.
overruled the last lift.
But the centre referee gave a yellow card and the jury's overruled on blue.
Not too sure about that one.
And that's either for lockout or down movement of the bar, which we won't get to review that again to try and figure out what was going on there.
So
Maybe they pressed the wrong button.
quite possibly, Martin Jahak from Czechia, 150.
He's the European champion, junior champion in both classic and equipped.
Well, he just showed why, because that moved like an absolute rocket. Even the replay will probably be fast.
That bar is loaded.
Great lockout there. He really engages the triceps well, doesn't he? Anthony Jasmine, Canada, 155. Moving up in the weights now. There's some big numbers for anybody, let alone 74 kilo juniors.
Lovely opener.
Snaps it right up. It's good 2-1.
Oh, he got a red for elbow depth. So if we get a front replay again, we'll try and figure out what it is the refs are looking for.
That bar is
And that
loaded
was a
and ready.
red card from the side
Natsuki
referee.
comes from Japan.
And
Open it up.
I think probably just the angle the side referee was looking at.
It's really difficult on to referee bench press. You're looking at so many things. You're looking at the feet, the butt, the bar, the grip, the elbows.
Natsuki Suzuki from Japan, 155. The Japanese team having quite a bit of success thus far.
Oh, they always bring a phenomenal team to this competition.
was a very awkward descent,
It was.
and it certainly didn't affect his lift.
Yeah, I don't think that was a mistake. I think that's his style. That seemed to be quite deliberate, but it is quite an unusual style. And I think the 3 world records we've had so far have all been the Japanese team.
Yeah, and it almost looked like he was going to do a spotto press. It's not training, it's not training. Oleg Shabotev, Ukraine, 157.5. And his coach in the corner has got more experience and years coaching than the two of us put together lifting and coaching, I think.
That's a good lift, 2-1.
And we've got another
Yeah,
red
he's
for
got another red for the
Alberta.
center referee.
It is loaded and ready for Jacob Matthias of the Czech Republic. He is a 74-kilo junior lifter.
Jakob Matthias now from Czechia, 157.5.
Not seen him on the international platform before.
No, and Czech is interesting. They have huge lifters. They have a great history of lifting, and I think it really comes down to geography and finances. Sometimes they send a big team, sometimes they send a small team. They pick their competitions well.
Well, Jakob was nominated with 170 and he made short work of 157 there, so we might see him take a big jump.
Just waiting for the referee's lights there. There's a
Snapped it right up. We're waiting on
button
the
problem,
lights. It
3
is
whites.
good. 3 white lights. Our next lifter, Scott Walton. The weight is 157.5.
So Scott Walton from Great Britain now, 157.5.
Great Britain. He's a 23-year-old student.
Being managed by Sheridan Ray today. Is he head coach for the British bench press team?
Yes, the British Classic bench press team.
Classic. Oh, good opener.
That's an easy attempt.
Exactly
for
how
Scott.
it should be.
It is good. 3 white lights.
3 whites, that's what you want.
Our next weight, we're going to take it up to 100.
And we get some big numbers now.
Anton Nekanen of Finland.
Anton Nikanen from Finland now,
Bar is loaded for
180 kilos.
Now he's the junior European champion, and 180 was what he finished on in Merinac last year.
Yeah, that's a really nice progress, isn't it? You know, 12 months later, opening on what you finished on, and that's the sort of progress you expect after after a few years of starting. When you first start, obviously there's lots of quick gains and things like that. But after a year or two, that really slows down, and you've got to expect, a year later, I'm opening where I finished. That's perfect progress. And smokes that one.
And that lift is good for Anton.
3
Raise the
whites.
bar to 185 kilos, our lifter Emil Lundgren of Sweden.
And now we've got some experience coming out.
185 kilos.
Emil Lundgren from Sweden.
Opener of the round.
185 kilos for an opener.
He's a great bencher, isn't he?
is
We saw him win in
fantastic.
Vilnius, he won in Sun City. He was second in the Open at the Europeans last year,
he
behind
is.
only Ivan Chibrinko.
He is phenomenal, and he's only getting better.
He benched 195 at the Euros. What did you say the record was, Gary?
It's 200 kilos on the dot.
Okay.
So he's edging pretty close to it.
Nice.
But you know what? For a young man, he's also quite a mature lifter as well.
Yeah.
He won't put that record on unless he's clearly locked away the gold medal.
Absolutely. He still has the sub-junior bench world record at 180.5. He'd really like to add the junior
I think that'd
record
be
to
nice,
that as
wouldn't it?
well. Yeah. Got a couple more years in the juniors.
And there are our standings right now. So the sub-junior, Flores out in front on 137.5. And in the juniors, Lundgren on 185. And we move into round 2. That was a pretty fast round for 15 lifters. But Alex Kolokot from South Africa, 115. And he'll be feeling so much better now after getting that first lift out of the way. Yeah, that was he shuffled around on his chest a little bit there and lost all his tightness. You'll see in the replay, he just couldn't settle the bar.
To some extent, this is an experience thing.
That's right, he's got a lift on the board now. This is now learning.
His elbows were way
He
forward there.
really rolled back on him, didn't he? That was almost a good position for an equipped lift.
Ladies and
Put a shirt on
this
him.
will tie his personal best.
Dash
We would love to see him
Granite.
knock
I
this
hope I'm
off
pronouncing
here at
that
the
correctly.
IPF
Yeah,
World
yeah, apparently.
Championships.
Dash granite.
Great Britain, 122.5.
Matches his best.
Oh, that was really great controlled descent there. I really
That
lost
is a
that.
good lift. 3 white lights.
I think one disadvantage, I think there's a couple of disadvantages of that narrow grip, but one of them is you can't grind.
No, it's a very difficult position to be in. And I imagine as he gets older, we'll see him spread that grip out a little bit more.
That bar is loaded for Pavel.
So Pavel Wok now from Poland, 130. So we're in the sub-juniors. This will temporarily put him in the silver medal position. And I think 130 might lock away the silver medal for him. Although he is heavier than
3 white
Granite.
lights. It's a perfect attempt. Load the bar to 140
Moves him
kilos.
up
It
to
is loaded
second
and
place.
ready
I
for
think people are going to struggle to catch Flores though.
Yeah, he's well out in front with 137.5 as an opener, isn't he?
We would love to see him get
Takuya
this on the board.
Kominya from Japan now didn't get his opener.
Was it
Now that was
elbows?
elbows, I think. So looking again at 140. You know, if you miss a lift in classic for something technical, it's fixable. If you miss a lift in classic because it's too heavy, there's not much you can do about it.
He snaps it right up. The
And
judges.
again, 2
I
red
think that was
cards.
higher than the previous one actually. If we get a front
Please
view
load
of the
bar to
replay.
142.5 for Krzysztof Perlik of Poland. Bar is loaded for Krzysztof. He has taken a
He tried to
10
sink a
kilo
little
jump.
bit, didn't he, at the bottom
Yeah.
to get more. And the problem with that is you're internally rotating at the shoulder,
And he's got the strength to pull it through. I
and that's
mean,
going to ruin your rotator cuff.
I think honestly the only option for him is to try and reduce his arch a little bit, but he might not be able to get tight doing that.
It's a difficult thing to do. You have to lift in a position that's safe for you.
So Krzysztof Perlik now, Poland 142.5. Well, puts in a little bit of work there.
Yeah, that was a
Knocks it
tough
out.
lift.
Is
3
good.
whites though.
3 white lights.
Gets
Please
the
raise
job
bar
done.
145. The bar is loaded
Yeah,
for Adrian Chang
I think it
of
felt heavy on the
Canada.
way down. I mean, you could see him on the way down. It just didn't look
This on his opener.
100%
We'll
controlled.
repeat it.
But right now, Adrian Chung from Canada didn't get his 145. Looking to get this on the board now. Did he get done for
Elbows
elbows
again,
as well?
I think. So let's see what adjustments he can make. Maybe it wasn't elbows because he looked super deep then.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe
Adrian is on the board. Good lift. Congratulations.
I should have written that
Bar
one
remains
down,
at
but he gets that one on the
145
board.
and is loaded and ready for Rito Flores of the United States. Rito
Yeah, there's no way that was any issue with depth.
So Flores now
is a
from the
74
US
kilo
looking for
sub-junior
145.
lifter.
And I think if he puts this
18 years
145 on, he is out of range. At the moment, he's still within range from Poland, but this one would pretty much lock it away, I think.
Now, I'm a bit worried, Gary. I can see a jury
Yeah,
member on
I
his
just
feet.
saw a jury member walk over, and I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, that was a
Yep,
great bench.
looks good from here.
That is a good lift for Rito. He extends his lead in the sub-juniors.
3 whites, so no
Please
one can
raise
take
the
that
bar
one
to
away.
160 kilos for Anthony Jasmine. That bar is loaded. Anthony is a 21-year-old, been competing 3 years.
Anthony Jasmine
Representing
from
Canada.
Canada. We're in the juniors. 160. This will shoot him up into the bronze medal. Only for a moment, because there's some big lifts coming.
Well, I can see 3 attempts at 160, 2 at 165, 1 at 167. These are tightly packed in this weight class.
And interestingly, Nikon is nominated at 195 for his second. 15 kilo jump.
I think he's just trying to get ahead of Lundgren.
Oh, superb lift. Great second lift. A little bit of work, but still leaves
That's a
something
strong
there
looking
for a
attempt
third.
Anthony. It is good.
You don't want to use
Weight
everything up on
remains
your
at
second.
160. Our lifter, Natsuki
Yeah, looking ahead, as you say,
Suzaki. The bar
Nikonen's
is
put on
loaded.
195. Now, he's got the body weight advantage and the lot number
He
advantage.
is a
Yeah, it's an
junior
So it
interesting
makes
call.
sense for him to
77th
overextend a
place.
little bit,
Yeah.
just so that he can go second and match what Lundgren does.
Natsuki Suzaki from
This
Japan
lift
now,
will move him up to
160.
fourth.
Yeah, that gold medal is going to be a little bit of a battle there. I think Lundgren's not going to lie down and let them take it away from him.
Absolutely not. I don't think he's been beaten in the juniors. But there's always the first time.
And you're right, that is his style. He gets halfway down, resets his
That's a good
positioning,
lift,
and
I've
I've
pulls
seen
the rest.
several of the Japanese team
Yeah.
do this, not as pronounced as that may be,
Yeah.
but I think it's to take the bar down a little, and then that gives you the opportunity to really pull your
Yeah.
lats in.
Bar is loaded. He
Martin
is a 74-kilo junior lifter.
J-hack.
Jehek from Czechia. I had that written down that I'd forgotten. 160. And these young guys are strong, aren't they?
That'll move you up a few
That lift is
places.
good 2-1. Please raise
It's a
the
yellow
bar
card
to
there from the
165.
center
Our lifter
referee.
is Ola Chibotayev of Ukraine.
Now, I'm sure he got a yellow card from the center referee on the last one as well.
Bar is loaded for Ola.
And I
see
can't
it,
see what
yeah.
it is. I mean, obviously
But we're
the
not
center
getting the
referee's seeing
referee's
something
view.
we're not.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he got that yellow card on the last one as well. All right, now Oleg Shivotev from Ukraine, 165. We'll shoot him up into the bronze medal position for a moment.
His grip's quite different on both sides.
Yeah, I just noticed that he's got a different way of holding it on each hand.
That is a good lift, and Ola
Three
just
whites.
moved into the bronze medal
No doubt he's
position.
overcoming some issue he's
Weight
got.
remains at 165.
Yeah, it's quite.
It
I
is
mean, it's quite
loaded
possible he
and
has a
ready
little bit
for
more range of
Czech
motion on one
Matthias
side than the other, and he holds
the
his
Czech
hand in a
Republic.
certain position. It equals it
Jumping
out.
7.5 kilos.
Jakub Matias from Czechia now, 165. So this won't be enough to put him into the medals. We'll shoot him up into fourth. because he
He's
doesn't have-
200 grams heavier
Yeah.
than Chibotev.
He shouldn't have had that extra piece of toast this morning. Oh, he's worked hard for
Oh,
it.
that's a tough one, but I think he's got it.
Yeah, there's any more than 2.5 kilos would be a stretch on the next one.
That is a good lift.
He gets a red light with a yellow card there.
67.5. It is
from
loaded
the
and
centre
ready for
referee.
Scott Walton.
We're not going to see anything from there. It's always tough with the yellow card. It's so many different
It
things.
can cover so many things.
You're
from-
sort of guessing what it is.
I mean, it may be
Attempting to go from
it may be
eighth
grip.
all the way
From
up
the
to
centre, if you get a
bronze
yellow from the
medal
centre
position
referee and no one else
with
offered,
this
it's head lift, but it could be grip.
Yeah, that's true. It could be. Scott Walton now from Great Britain, 167.5. Oh, he gets that one to the top. I think it's good.
That
It is.
lift good. He is in the bronze medal
Puts himself
position
into
for
bronze
Iowa
medal.
United.
He's got to hold it though.
Our next
Yeah, that's a
weight
great
And
class
they are
result. He's
all
gonna-
coming for him.
He's going to hold it for the
Lundgren
this
of
round at
Sweden.
least.
It's going to be tough. He hasn't got a lot left there.
Bar is loaded for Emo.
Emil Lundgren now, Sweden, 192.5. Look, I think this is a really smart call. He knows his limitations. He's a mature lifter for such a young man. I'm not going to get caught up in the game. I'm going to put my
Emo is
numbers
your
in,
current leader
and then I'll do what I need to do at the end.
Junior.
And the most we've seen Anton Nikkanen do in international competition at least is 180. So he's already aiming for miles ahead of that.
Is that 200 Lundgren's record?
I would imagine
I think
so.
it is.
Oh no, he's only got the sub-junior record.
Oh, sub-junior record.
Okay, let me check it out.
Yeah, 192.5 moved nicely.
Fine looking attempt. The lift is good. Raise the bar to 195 for Anton.
Bastian Poirier,
Nikkanen.
not a lifter I know, is stood
Of
since
Finland.
2018, is the junior 74 kilo record.
Wow. Well, this next lifter, we will see just how much of a competition that gold medal is going to be.
Bar is loaded for
Anton
Anton.
Aikkonen from
195
Finland
is the
now,
weight.
195. That is just 5 kilos shy of the world junior bench only
He is
record.
currently in the silver medal position. This lift will put
His
him in
180
place
looked great,
for the
but this is a
gold.
15 kilo
Yeah,
jump.
yeah,
That
I
is
couldn't begin to
monstrous.
predict how
He's
this will
taken
go.
a 15 kilo jump.
It seems like a big jump, but the Finnish coaches, I'm looking at the Finnish coach there.
They've plenty of
He's a
experience, and
great
it's
coach.
quite
He
possible
knows
they're
what he's
training
doing.
for it as well.
Yeah, that was. it
I
was
think he
just
has
too
got
much.
195 in him. I just think the jump was just too much.
He's stuck now, though, isn't he?
Well, yeah, that's
Because-
it, and that's the problem. You can't go back.
Yeah.
Into round 3.
You know, and that's the difference between Lundgren's decision to only go up 7.5 kilos.
Alex Kolika.
Well, that is the end of round 2. We're already into the third round, the business end. There's our standings in the sub-junior. Flores on 145, Walk on 130. In the juniors, Lundgren, of course, on 192.5, and Nikkanen on 180. Now we're at the business end.
So when you take a big jump like that, you run the risk of giving a lot of kilos away. Possibly you could have done 190 very easily, but now he's left with 180.
Yeah, and look, you really fatigue yourself as well. Alex Kolokot, South Africa, 115 to take it again. And again, just
Oh,
a
I
little bit
think
too
it
much
went
delay.
down.
Yeah.
That's a valiant effort. But
It
in
started
no
off
lift,
well.
He did get credit for 110.
It's so frustrating when you successfully press a leg and you just give it a little bit of a wobble in the middle.
Our lifter
It came
is
off the chest well,
Dash Granite of Great Britain.
and it just slipped back on him. His elbow flared, and it pulled the
is
bar back
loaded
too
for
far.
Dash.
Dash Granite, 130.
He is attempting
try and get
go
into the
from
silver medal
bronze to the
position.
silver in the
Now he's
sub-junior
assured the bronze, so
category.
he
He's
runs
got
no
nothing
risk.
to lose. That's a big lift, 130. I think 122.5 was his best. Oh, he's pushing
Well,
through.
I said you couldn't grind a narrow grip
we
bench, and
we
he's proved
stand
us wrong.
corrected. Dash Granite just proved us wrong.
That's a great result.
Well, for a moment, he is in second with one lifter to follow him, who's going to follow him right now.
So I've made a note. You can grind a closed grip bench.
Just putting that in my coach's notes.
will attempt to overtake Dash Granite.
Pavel Walk from Poland, 132.5. He is in the bronze, guaranteed.
132.5.
Granite just took the silver medal position. This is to take it back. He's done this weight before. But he's not going to do it today, so Granite will take the silver. His 130 paid off.
That's surprising, really. That I know the one his 130 was. It was a little bit tough, but I didn't expect 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it'd affect him that much.
All right, 140 kilos is loaded and ready for Koyo.
So we jump into the juniors now.
74 kilo junior lifter.
Lifter in trouble, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Koyo Komiya from Japan has not put a lift on.
We need him to get this to stay in
and it's all about his elbows.
Gotta have one attempt.
He came lower in the chest there. Did that bar dip? I looked away for a moment.
That is a no
That's
lift.
a no lift again, so he's got double movement in the bar plus elbows.
And there's no appeal on 3 red lights.
Of Poland.
I think the mistake was because he's trying to internally rotate and sink a little bit to meet the depth requirements.
Is 2 for 2 today.
That the
yeah,
that's a real
that's
shame.
such a shame. So we move on to Perlik from Poland. So Krzysztof Perlik, 145. This isn't going to change his ranking. You can see from that shot there's been a few upgrades to the Leico bench.
Oh, that's hit a wall.
He's not going to go.
So close. I thought
Just didn't quite get it there.
And as you say, Gary, the bench equipment they've been provided for from Eleiko at this competition is absolutely incredible.
It's outstanding, isn't it?
There's like 12, maybe 10, 12
Yeah, I'm
racks
just
at
trying
the
to figure out
back,
how to
all
fit one in my
badged up.
suitcase. I'm not sure if I can. I need a lot of suitcases and send it over in pieces. Rito Flores, 152.5. He is the undisputed sub-junior
Absolutely undisputed.
74 kilo world champion with or without this lift. He absolutely dominated. He's fighting this one to the top.
Superb.
Where he found the willpower to fight that, having already won.
I mean, in a way, he didn't need it, so it's harder to...
What a finish though, hey?
Yeah, it's brilliant. There's talent for the future.
Adrian Chung now, 155. Yeah, so you'll see on the Eleiko benches there when the guys are setting up, you'll see the padding is a little bit softer now. I'm pretty sure the super heavyweights are going to really appreciate that. But the other thing that padding does, it allows you to lock your shoulders in a little bit better. Because as you sink into it, it creates a bit of a divot. You can get a little bit tighter and a little bit more drive. Adrian Chong, 155. Oh, it's just not going for him.
That was well caught by the spotters.
That was a fantastic catch from the spotters.
Please raise the bar to 167.
We have safety racks to protect the lifters, and we have spotters that are super quick.
167.5 is the weight.
It didn't even touch the safeties.
They've been a great team all week, actually. I know they're swapping in and out.
So
It's been
fast
a
today,
rolling
they
team.
have been rocketing. Anthony Jasmine, Canada, 167.5 to go into the bronze medal position temporarily.
7.5 kilo jump.
It's a big
Trying
ask.
to make the podium.
It's bigger than his personal best by 7.5 kilos.
But as you've alluded to several times, Gary, these young lifters improve
They
so
certainly
quickly.
do. Oh, to be young again. Yeah, look, as soon as that touched his chest, I think he knew that was never going to go anywhere. You can see the smile on his face as he walks off.
But you don't have many options once it's on your chest here. You try and press it, or you just leave it there.
Yeah, he just lay there stapled to the bench.
Our next weight, 167.
So we've seen quite a few changes
Yeah,
on
there's
the
been
board.
4 changes going.
Oh, Nickenen's put in the world record.
Wow,
We spotted that at the same time.
that's
No.
a big call, isn't it?
Bar is loaded
It's
for
a strange
Oleg
call.
Shibotiev.
He failed 195, so he's going to go for 200.5. And as you say, the more mature lifter, Lundgren, will take 192, 197.
So Oleg Shibotiev, 167.5 from
Trying
Ukraine.
to make the podium right here.
That's
think
a
he's got it
solid
there.
lift, yeah.
That is a good lift, 3 wide
It's a
planks.
great skill to have in powerlifting,
Weight
that
remains the
ability to
same at
grind and fight.
167.5 for Jacob Matthias.
Another
We have an
attempt change going
change
in.
happening. Hold up.
Is that Matthias putting a change in?
Weight stays at 165.
Yes, Matthias
However,
put a
lifter
change in,
is
so-
Martin Rehak of the Czech Republic. Bar is loaded
So
for
Martin Zehak will from Czechia will be next with 167.5. It's not going to put him into the medals. But it will jump him up to 4th position overall. And he's been pretty strong. Oh, just not on that one today though. It didn't look good coming down, did it?
No, it didn't, and I think he had quite a nervous touch on the chest, and it was just never going
Yeah, he
anywhere.
just didn't put it where he wanted to put it.
Suzaki, the bar is loaded. This will put Natsuki from
Yeah, it
7
just didn't really land right. It was
into
a
the
little bit
bronze
sloppy in the
medal
elbows.
position. Fighting for
Natsuki
a spot
Suzaki
on the
from
podium.
Japan now 170 for the bronze medal position. And Lundgren has put in a change as well.
Yeah, it was an odd thing because Nickenen putting in the world record prevented Lundgren from waiting to see if he fails to do the world record himself. So he's just going to go for it. Given that he's got the lower lot number, if they put the same weight in, Lundgren goes first.
So this is for the bronze medal position, 170. These guys are pushing the limits, aren't they? You know, I got to say, when it touched his chest, he got the press command. I didn't think it was going to go,
Here we have lights.
but he actually made it look pretty smooth.
Natsuki just went
One
from
red from the
7th
side
to
referee
3rd.
for elbow depth
Our
win.
next
Not
weight,
going to.
170 kilos for Jacob Matthias.
Yeah, it probably was very
of the
different
Czech
to the side
Republic.
referee.
Bar is loaded.
Yeah, I think from the side referee, you're right. I think it's a very different view, and difficult to line up with the shoulder joint. Jakub Matthias, 170. So we'll move it into 4th position. And
That's a number
in this
for
case, it
Jacob.
won't.
He did make 2 out of 3, however. Please load the bar.
Yeah, look, and all these guys have made
172.5.
smart decisions on their
Scott
first and
Walters, our
second,
lifter.
and
Bar is
putting on a
loaded.
number for their
If
third to try and move up the
successful,
rankings, and that's
Scott
a
will
normal
go
way to
from
play it.
fifth to the bronze medal
You
position.
keep it for the end.
This is a
So
lift
this is for the
to get
bronze now.
on to
Scott
the
Watson
podium.
from Great Britain. Wouldn't that be great?
And no one can, if he gets this, no one can take
Yeah,
the bronze
this
away. It's
one, if he
absolutely
puts this one on,
his.
it's
If
his.
you're a fan of Scott Walton,
He is
you need to
currently
clap your hands
fifth.
and make some noise right now.
Come on, Scott. Drive it through. It's just a bit too much
Just a
today.
tad too much. Let's give it up
Big,
for Scott
big
Walton.
effort, though.
That's a real shame, leaves him in fifth.
Load to 200.5 kilos.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I
Oh,
knew an
gonna
attempt change
change.
going. Oh, I think Lundgren's going to go up here. Okay, so
Nickenen's gone down.
Nickenen's gone down
That
to
makes more
195.
sense to me. I think he was trying to go second, but given that he'd missed 195,
He is in the junior category currently.
I think this is a better choice. He might get his 195, which puts him ahead of Lundgren, and then it's up to Lundgren to do more.
with this 195.
And Lundgren's responded. He's changed down to 197.
Yeah, I expected he would.
Folks, you
Now
gotta
he's used
love
all
the
his changes
drama
now,
and
so he
action.
can't then change
Here we
back
go.
up
Yeah.
to the world record.
And,
So
and
we're back
honestly,
where we
after,
started.
yeah, and looking at his 192 and a half,
I
I
think
don't
that's
think
right,
the world
yeah.
record was in him today.
I don't think so either. But this will put Nikkinen in the lead.
Look, I think if we were back home in Sweden, no travel, Lundgren would probably have
Yeah.
that world record in him. The travel just takes it out of you too much. All right, now, Anton Nikkinen, 195 to shoot him into the gold medal position for a moment. Oh, he's fighting that, and I think
Oh, what a
it's
shame.
just
He
dipped.
made such a
Just ran
better
out of gas. Let's
attempt.
give it up for
He
Anton
gave that
Nikkinen.
everything he had.
Our next lifter, Emil
So,
Lundgren,
Lundgren is
taking
already
197.5.
the world champion and 192 and a half.
Again?
Looking for 197.5.
The bar is loaded and ready for Emil.
Again, yes. How many times is that now? Is that
Um,
5?
No, I think twice.
Twice?
I think he was. I'll check.
How many sub-juniors has he won?
Let me just take a look.
He's got a few up his sleeve now. 197.5. This is going to be tough. His 192.5 did not move that convincingly.
It was slower than I was expecting it to be honest. He's got 2 world titles in the one
Oh, he's got
sub-junior,
some
one
European
junior.
championships, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Good control. Oh, I got to tell you, he's putting the fight in for it. I don't know where he's finding it, but just
That
couldn't
is a
quite
no
get it
lift.
there.
He did make 2 out of 3.
Well,
And
he
ladies and
he
gentlemen,
had
is the
a
gold
very
medalist
mature
in the
game plan and he
74
stuck with it.
kilo juniors.
Absolutely. I thought it was a bit rash of the Finn to go straight to 195.
Yeah.
But Emil, well, the Swedish coach has played the game perfectly, as
Yeah.
you'd expect from the Swedish team. They've got
Exactly.
a phenomenal game day coaching team.
And there's your final results in the sub-juniors. Flores with 152 and a half is the world champion. Granite with 130 and the silver, and Vwok with 130 and the bronze on weight. And in the juniors, of course, Lundgren there with 192 and a half takes the world championship and the gold medal. Nikkonen on 180 and the silver, and Suzuki on 170 with the bronze. Don't go too far away. We have got the medal ceremony coming up very shortly. And of course, later on this evening, we'll be back here for the Open Women and Men 57 and 74s.
Congratulations, gentlemen, fine lifting. We begin with the 74 kilo sub-juniors. Earning the bronze medal from Poland, Paweł Wok. Earning the silver medal, also lifting 130 kilos by virtue of body weight, from Great Britain, Dash Granite. And your champion, lifting 152.5 kilos from the United States, earning the gold medal, Rito Flores. We ask that you would all rise, remove your caps for the playing of the United States national anthem. Outstanding lifting. We move on to the 74 kilo junior class, garnering the bronze medal from Japan, Natsuki Suzaki. Earning the silver medal from Finland, Anton Naikanen. And your champion with a gigantic 192.5 lift from Sweden, Emil Lundgren. Now, and I would ask if you would all rise, please remove your caps for the playing of the Sweden national anthem. let's give him a nice round of applause. Fantastic lifting. Let's hear it one more time for 74 kilo juniors and sub juniors. We will parade them out one final time. All right.